as well. First of all, I want to say thank you to our Attorney General for coming here tonight. Lastly, I just want to thank you, Mr. Mayor, and members of the council for inviting me and for your support of law enforcement.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you both for coming.
Drive safe.
One thing I'm good at is driving.
Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg was traveling down Highway 14 on September 12th when he hit something and called 911.
Hello.
911, this is Allie. How can I help you?
Allie, Allie, I'm the Attorney General, and I don't know, I hit something.
You hit something.
In an email to Keloland News last month, Ravnsborg said he thought he hit a deer.
Are you injured at all, Jason?
I am not, but my car sure as hell is.
Keloland News obtained pictures of Ravnsborg's car a couple of days after the crash.
It sure hit and bashed my windshield.
Oh, no. Okay, do you think it was a deer or something?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it was right in the roadway. And
Ravnsborg found out the next day he had struck and killed Joe Beaver.
Again, thanks for coming down.
Absolutely.
Here's my card right away, so I'll
good, yeah.
give it to you. I am the case agent for the Bureau in North Dakota, and our needs are supervisory special agents out here helping with it. So
Similarly set up to us, yes. Okay.
Yeah, we are.
I'm talking to Dave and everything.
Okay. All right. Well, we're out here trying to help piece this all together, and so we just want to get your take on what happened, what your recollection is.
Yeah.
There's no criminal charges filed right now. You're free to go at any time. Any questions that we ask, if you don't want to answer any of them, just let us know. Like I said, you are free to leave. At any point, if you decide you want to leave, just let us know you're done, and you can either walk out or we'll escort you out, however you want to do that. If at any point you decide that you don't want to talk anymore, we'll just end the interview, okay? So, this happened on Saturday night, which would have been the 12th.
Yes.
So it happened September 12th.
Correct.
So, kind of take me through that evening leading up to that. Where were you at?
Okay, so I was in Redfield, South Dakota, at a place called Roosters, and then that was at the Spink County Lincoln Day dinner. These are usually dinners held in the spring, but because of COVID have been largely moved to the fall, and they are county party functions, and I guess that's the Republican function.
Okay.
A political function. And Senator Rounds was there, and he was the keynote speaker.
At the Lincoln Day dinner?
At the Lincoln Day dinner.
Okay.
And that's U.S. Senator Rounds.
Okay.
And then I spoke at the event.
Okay.
And a guy named Larry Nielsen is the chair of the party there. In anticipation of a meeting, I did reach out to him and ask if I could have the guest list of who was there, and he has provided that, and I can give you that.
Oh, okay.
Of everybody that was there.
Sure. Okay.
I also have, I guess I would say that I also got the waitress's name, so that I've never met her before that night, but I got her name just to show that I did not drink alcohol that night. So how these events usually work is they have like a silent auction. It's the party faithful come in. There's some speeches throughout the night. There's approximately 30 people there. I didn't count per se, 20, 30 people. And I had pictures with people. Being a statewide official, I had pictures taken with people, and I have pictures of me on the stage. I took pictures of other legislators and Senator Rounds and other people. I have those pictures of the event. We had a lot of you eat a meal, which I had a steak, and a baked potato, and I had one Coca-Cola, regular Coca-Cola, and that's all I had to drink.
What time of day does it start?
So it starts at approximately 5 o'clock. I think I arrived around 4:45 to 5, right in there, right before it started officially. And then I want to say I left around 9:15.
Okay.
I don't know the exact.
Yeah,
I was here at the time.
Yeah, you're not setting your watch by it or anything.
So you said left around 9 though, you thought?
Yeah, 9-ish.
Okay.
So, I mean, the event happened like normal. They had auctions and speeches, like I said, and then you mingle and talk with people, interactive throughout, and that's what a normal evening is, I guess. And then concluded that part of the program, or that evening, part of the evening. Okay. If you have any other questions about that, you know.
Were you by yourself? I mean, did you attend it by yourself
Yes,
alone?
I drove to and from the event by myself. Okay. And I guess I was driving my own personal vehicle. I was not driving a state vehicle. I thought, and this is a purely political event, Republican event.
Okay. What is your personal vehicle?
A 2011 Ford Taurus, and it's red in color.
Okay. All right. So, so you said you went to Spink County Lincoln Day dinner. Was that it? That's in Redfield?
That's in Redfield.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding.
Yep. Spink's the county name, Redfield's the town name.
Okay.
It's like the county seat of that town.
Gotcha.
County, sorry.
Okay. How far is that from here, like driving time-wise?
Approximately 2 hours.
Okay. Is it basically a straight shot on that highway that...
Okay, so this Mickelson Center that we told you about up on Highway 14, how I traveled is I traveled all the way straight on 14 till you got to Miller, South Dakota.
Okay.
Then I went north, and then there's a T intersection. I guess I don't know the name of the road offhand at the moment, but you go north, and there's a T intersection. If you go left, you're going to go to Faulkton. If you go right, you go to Redfield. And obviously, I went right. So, I mean, you basically made an S-curve is the route.
Okay. And then on your way home...
Same route.
Same route, just... Okay.
In reverse, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you left around 9. Did you make any stops?
I did not make any stops, no.
Okay. All right.
Until the incident.
Right. Okay. So you're driving, and kind of tell me about what happened then.
I left the event, and I'm heading west on that initial road. I called my father.
Okay.
His name is Richard Ravnsborg. Obviously, same last spelling.
Right.
I mean, I can spell it again to make it easy. But my mother passed away 3 years ago unexpectedly, so I try to call my father every night. And so
okay.
I called him.
Uh-huh.
My phone shows that I called him for 23 minutes, apparently.
Okay.
That's not, just kind of the time. But then on the curve, when you go south towards Miller again, get off that road and you go south, there's a big dead spot out there somewhere, and the call dropped.
Okay.
And so then I called my father back.
Okay.
And it was a very short 2-minute, hey, I didn't hang up on you kind of call. I just calling you back that I didn't, it dropped or something, and I didn't hang up on you.
Right.
And then I turned the corner at Miller, and I drove on 14 again now, and went until I got to Highmore. I approached Highmore, and slowed down through the town, and I thought about getting some gas or not. I looked to the left and right, and they just both looked closed, so I didn't do that. And I went through, and I saw a sign that said 65 miles an hour. So I believe I started to accelerate, and then I saw a sign that said 48 miles to Pier. And, you know, you just kind of did one of those groans, like, oh, you still got 48 miles to go. And then, quite frankly, wham! Okay. I hit, the incident happened. I never saw anything until the impact. I immediately jump out of the car and call 911 within seconds. I believe my phone will show, and the records show 1024 is what when I called.
Called 911?
Right, I mean, if I can demonstrate a little bit, I got out of the car and I jumped out, and I'm looking back towards Highmore, because I think I'm at Highmore, but now I'm shook up. And I call and I said, I am the Attorney General. I am approximately a mile west of Highmore, I believe. I've hit something in the road. I need some assistance. Who is this? Is the response I get. And I think, and that's not 100%, but I think I said my name then, Jason Ravnsborg. I'm not sure. I remember thinking at the time which was easier. It's not an easy name.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But I am walking back towards Highmore as I'm talking to her, because I'm trying to see that sign for the town to make sure that I'm at Highmore.
Okay.
And I think I said something like, yes, I'm at Highmore, a mile west of Highmore. And she said, the sheriff, something to the effect, the sheriff is the only one on duty and he'll be out soon. And I said, that'd be fine. I hang up the phone and I put it on the light, like it's got a flashlight feature, and I start to look at the highway, and I look at the road ditch to see if I can see anything that I hit, because I'm thinking it's a deer at this point, but I did not see anything. I didn't have a time to swerve or accelerate or decelerate or anything. I didn't see anything. And I then go to the front of my vehicle and I snap one picture of the vehicle, and I'm willing to give you that, obviously, too. And then the sheriff pulled up, so I stopped taking any other pictures because he stopped, so it just interrupted me. And I said, and so that's Sheriff Volek, V-O-L-E-K, I believe is his name. And I said, he said, well, what happened? And I said, well, I believe I got hit by a deer and it was in the middle of the road. I don't know. And he commented, and I shook. He looked at it. He's looking at my vehicle, and he said something to the effect of, well, at least it didn't knock out your side window, because it did not break the passenger window. And I'm looking at it, and I did not observe any blood or fur or anything. No damage. Any effects, and I didn't see anything on the ground of any liquids, I guess. I don't know how to say that. But again, I did see, like I said, my debris was on the shoulder, and I believe I was on the road the whole time. He then said, well, get your registration and proof of insurance and come back to the car with me. So I get in my car and I do that. I get those things and I take those items back to the car, and he fills out, I guess I didn't bring that with me, I can show you that too, but he gave me a red tag, which basically means that you have, and it says on there, you've reported the accident to law enforcement immediately and complied with the law, basically. You got something similar, but I can obviously give you a copy of that. I'm willing to do so.
Okay.
He said, well, are you all right? And I said, yeah, well, I'm just shook up. I think I'm physically all right, but I'm shook up. And he goes, well, it's going to, do you want to ride into, where do you live? He did ask, I think in the sequence, where do you live? I said, well, I live in Pier. And I think I probably went too far. I think I told him the exact street, and, even described where I lived, and he said, no, I just need to know what town you're in. Do you think you're able, we'll have to get a tow truck out here for it. Okay. Do you think you're able to drive? I said, yes. But you just mentioned the tow truck, and obviously the windshield smashed in pretty good, and I don't know if it's safe to drive. And he says, no. Well, would you like me to take you to here, or would you like to drive? And I says, quite frankly, whatever you think is best, Sheriff, at this point, whatever. And he says, well, how about we take you to the house? And so from the crash site, he was at his house is literally the very next gravel road, and then up, I don't know, a quarter, half mile back in is his house. So he took me to his house and actually gave me one of his personal vehicles, and he let me take it to go back to Pier. About 2 miles, I approximate, about 2 miles down the road, he pulls me over again. And I said, is there something wrong? Is there something else? And he goes, you didn't give me the keys to the car. And so I give him all of my keys. And he says, no, just give me the car key, you can keep the rest. So then I worked with it to take it off of the keychain, and then it's one of those where it's black, and it's got the key, so it's a more of a thick key kind of thing. It's got a remote control on it and everything. So I fumbled with that a little bit, I'll admit, and then I gave him that, and he said, you're free to go again. Continue. I don't know if I was right there, or I did see the white pickup in the ditch at the time, but I didn't put two and two together yet. I saw a white pickup that looked damaged in the ditch. But I continued home, and I did call my chief of staff, who is Tim Borman, and I called the director of DCI, who is Dave Natvig, and just said that I was in an accident, and I believed it was a deer, and I sent them a copy of the photo, and then they suggested I call Volick back and say, could I bring the vehicle back? What arrangements do I need? And then Tim would come back with me the next day to take the vehicle back to him. And I got home safely, no incidents from there. 11:45, midnight, somewhere in there, approximately. Get up the next morning. The arrangement I'd made with Tim was he was going to be at my house at 8 o'clock with his vehicle, and he would follow me to Highmore. And I told him, well, I wanted to gas up the vehicle in Highmore, and I thought that was the right thing to do. The guy loaned me his vehicle, I'm going to fill it up at least. And then I said, I talked with Tim of, we need to look, I never looked on the other side of the road when I looked. I looked on the right north side, but I never looked on the left south side. We should probably look there and look at the, I want to see what this deer, if it made it, or what happened. So we fill up with gas, and we go back and we park on the north side of the road where my debris is still sitting there. And, oh, by the way, probably some things assumed, but the car is gone, of course. My car is gone. The tow truck had come sometime in the middle of the night with the sheriff, and that was not there anymore. So this is approximately 9:30 in the morning that we're at the site. I said, well, Tim, you go right from there was a chunk of my fender or quarter panel there right on the top on the shoulder.
On the north side?
On the north side,
okay.
On the shoulder, not down in the grass, up on the shoulder. And then you go left, or you go right and I'll go left. And I initially thought I saw it, and it looked like a fawn or a deer in the ditch. So I said, I think I see something, but then I come up, and it was the man. And he is not in good, he's dead. And So I, well, quite frankly, stammered, Tim, you know, something to that effect, and trying to just get his attention to have him come up, and, you know, and I kind of maybe run towards him a little bit, and Tim, you need to come see this. And I don't think I told him what I'd found. You need to come here and see it, and then he saw it. And I said to him next, well, we need to go find the sheriff again. And I know he's right up the road here. And Tim says, well, I will follow you, we'll take the vehicle back, and we'll go find the sheriff. So I found the body, and I said that we should go find the sheriff. We went to the sheriff's house. He come out to greet us, and he said, good morning. And I said, I'll say morning, but you need to come see this. And I found a body. And he said, you're shitting me, or no shit, something to that effect. And I said, I need you to come see this. And we left his vehicle that he loaned us there, and I gave him the key back. I jump in with Tim, and we go back to the site. And at the site, I show the sheriff what I'd found. And the sheriff asked me how I was. And I says, well, obviously, I'm even more shook up now. And he told Tim to look after me, you know, and look after me, take care of me, and then he would be contacting DCI, our equivalent, and then go from there. And then we basically got in the vehicle and came back to Pier. And then at some point in the morning, the Highway Patrol asked if I would do a blood draw, and I did do that yesterday voluntarily. Unless you ask questions from there, right. That's the bulk of the story, I guess.
So after you struck this person, and you got out and you looked and didn't see anything, and see what, did you call anyone before you went and talked to before the sheriff came? Did you call anyone besides the 911?
No.
Okay. How about after the sheriff gave you the car, you called Tim, right?
I called Tim,
and
I called Dave.
Anybody else?
And my father.
Okay. Called your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the sheriff, I called the sheriff back. I think I told you that, but I called the sheriff, on the way home, I called the sheriff back and said, you know, I'd like to bring the vehicle back.
Right.
In the morning, right away.
Okay.
You know, and he said, you know, whenever,
yeah.
you know, whatever works for you. And I said, well, I'll bring it back right away in the morning.
We found a pair of broken glasses in your vehicle, but they weren't sunglasses. They almost looked like cheaters of some sort. They were like a black framed glass. Part of them was laying on the front passenger floorboard, and part of them were laying in the back seat, broken half. Do you know? I wish I had a picture of them.
Yeah, if you had a picture of them, I could, yeah.
Right, I don't have a picture with me.
Yeah, they're just the standard black frames.
Yeah, standard black plastic frames.
I'm speculating without looking at them, but I'm in the military, and we have sunglasses and different things that I have through, you know, I don't know if that's that style or not.
Yeah.
And it very well could be,
right?
Because they're clear lenses.
And or sunglasses I have, obviously, just as a regular
person. And I found
person.
some sunglasses in there.
Right.
So those glasses were kind of
just in the car somewhere. Yeah, I've got multiple pairs of sunglasses. I lose them.
Okay. Yeah.
Quite frankly.
Yeah. Yep. And like I said, these weren't sunglasses. They were actually kind of looked like they weren't real great quality. I mean, the frames were snapping out, but the lenses were intact, but the lenses had fallen out of the frames of them and were laying there, and they kind of were just somewhat out of, I mean, as out of places when you don't know what you're looking at. So we were wondering if those were yours or somebody else's. I wish I had a picture of them, and that would clear that right up.
I'd be happy to look at it.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Send me a picture, or show me a picture, or show me the glasses, or whatever.
Right. Okay. So, speed-wise, you usually try to stay around the speed limit? I mean, are you...
Yes. I mean, I don't...
Okay.
You know, I went through town. I went through a town. I know I slowed down coming into the town, and then I saw that 65 sign, so I mean, that from the town speed to the highway speed.
Right.
But, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know exactly what I was going, I mean.
Right.
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Right.
Well, and the reason, we don't,
Yeah,
I
I don't know
okay,
either.
we're still in a preliminary thing, so we're still working on this. We wanted,
Right.
in all fairness, to give you a chance to tell us what you know about it, and we're gonna.
Right. And the reason I was asking what the speed was more just because we all know people that, well, if the speed limit said 65, they were probably going 85, and then there's other people that are, well,
I guess
65, I was going 70 at the most. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I go, if at the most, 4 over.
Okay.
So like if you're on the interstate, we have interstates of 80, I at most go 80.
Have you ever been stopped for speeding or anything like that? That you can,
Well, yes, and I see the media's already got my,
well, I'm sure they do, but,
you know, so yeah, I mean, I've been stopped for speeding, got warnings, got tickets through the years, yes.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Dalton Sack with Hughes County Sheriff's Office. The reason I stopped you is doing 57 and a 35.
Okay.
Any reason for your speed?
Just coming down the hill, I'm going to take my recyclables away.
Okay. Do you have your driver's license, registration, insurance with you?
I have registration, insurance. I think I just registration, insurance. So you can have all that, I guess.
Looks like just the back one there.
Right. That's part of the registration.
This is all I need
Yeah,
right here.
I don't have my license with me. I just honestly went and got a bulb quick at the store, and I thought, hell, I might as well run and get the recyclables and done, and came down the hill, I guess.
It just doesn't show that it's this vehicle. Oh, there's the car. Okay, how's the vehicle? All right, hang tight. Alright, sir, there's that back for you. You are receiving a written citation today for your speed. Like I said, I had you at 57 and a 35. Up here's where we were at. Here's your information. Here's the violation itself. It'll be $177.50. That citation will be due September 20th. If you wish to go to court and contest the ticket, your court date is also September 20th at 9 a.m. at the Hughes County Courthouse here in Pierre. By signing here, it's not an admission of guilt. It's just a promise to take care of the ticket by either appearing or paying the fine, okay? If you want to hold on to the pen, I have one more spot for you to sign. The second part's the power of attorney. It's just allowing the clerk of courts to take care of the ticket without you appearing if you wish to do so. Thank you, sir. See if I can not tear it all apart here. Alright, this yellow copy is a copy of the summons. It's what you'd want to take with you to court if you wish to go. Otherwise, it's our copy to keep. Second part's the power of attorney. It's just allowing the clerk of courts, second part's the cardboard copy is what you want to either mail in or take into the clerk of court's office with either a check or money order.
Okay.
Alright, and there's a pre-addressed envelope for you. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Alright, slow down, drive safe, have a good night, okay?
You too.
Thank you.